Group 300, how you doing today? Happiness. Your happiness matters. We talked about this in another video, but your happiness matters. What is happiness to you, right? Maybe it's an image that draws up into your head right now, but your happiness matters. Now, some people take that and they go, well, I guess I'm going to quit my job, run away, and dump my family and go live, somewhere on the beach. Okay, well, maybe. But probably that doesn't lead to a fulfilling long-term happiness, right? I mean, you probably miss your family and you'd miss the money you're making, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So happiness, in my mind, when I say that your happiness matters, when I'm meaning that, you can take it any way you want, but I mean up here. So what is it that's causing you not to be happy all the time, right? And then cut it out of your life ruthlessly. Now, hopefully that's, not a spouse. Hopefully it's not a job, right? And before you would cut a spouse out of your life, before you would cut a job out of your life to just go to the major things, that's probably just a big excuse, right? Because your happiness mattering is just you prioritizing it. We talked about that as well in another video. And is it really going to bring you happiness? Cutting a job out of your life, cutting an employer out of your life, cutting a spouse out of your life. Is that really going to bring you happiness? Which is just to say, when I say your happiness matters, say that to yourself. Say it to yourself often, write it down. It was an exercise that when we first met, we talked about it a lot. Like, wow, my happiness matters. My happiness matters. Just say that to yourself, write it down. Because guess what? You'll start to give yourself permission that it really does matter. And then you'll just make little changes in your life, because it may just be, hey boss, I'm not gonna be able to show up till 9. Hey spouse, you know what? You just can't talk to me that way. Why? Well, because my happiness matters. And now make other people shift what they're doing so that your happiness matters, as just a minor example, because once you convince yourself that it does, because it does, then the little things start to change, because you know what? It's typically the little things that make a difference, that allow us to put up with maybe the larger things that we thought were the things preventing us from happiness, but it wasn't. It was probably really just some of the small things.
Absolutely. And we talked a little bit about it in a previous video, so if you haven't seen that, make sure that you go check out our priority video. However, I said in there, happiness, it's okay to be selfish with your happiness. It's absolutely okay. I don't care what society says. I don't care if people are like, nope, your husband and your children should come before you. You should totally put yourself on the back burner because you're the one that made the decision to have children. You're the one that made a decision to get married. So their needs need to come before yours. And that's just complete BS. That's not how it works. And, I'm sure that you guys, and we have seen a couple of things that have come in, and everyone's like, oh, we just love watching Amanda and JJ. You guys are always so happy, and we just love it, and it's so contagious. Happiness is a choice. We wake up every morning, make the decision that we are going to be happy that day. Happiness comes from within. We had to go through some things in our own personal lives to get to that, because we were one of the sheep that was in society that thought that we had to put ourselves on the back burner and we had to make our spouse and our children happy before ourselves. And once we decided that we were no longer going to do that, and that we were going to put ourselves first and make our happiness a priority, our whole lives have changed. Our whole demeanor, our whole outlook on life is just completely different, because we wake up every morning and we make the choice to be happy. Do we have bad days where we're cranky? I'm a pretty moody person, but I'm all
not as moody as me.
But I make the decision that I'm going to be happy every day, because happiness is a choice. So I want you guys to get up every single morning, and I want you to look yourself in the mirror, and I want you to tell yourself that I deserve to be happy, and I want you to make that choice that you are going to be happy that day, and then everything else will start to fall into place.
Yeah, your happiness matters. And I'll tell you this briefly. My kids are happier. My family life is happier.
Absolutely.
I'm happier because I just started saying my happiness matters. And it was when I met this young lady right here, because she had coined that term. And everybody's happier. And there are people that have decided to leave my life because their happiness they don't believe matters, and they don't believe that my happiness matters. But I'm telling you that your happiness matters. Believe it. All right, group 300, have a great day.
Thank you so much for watching my video. It truly means a lot, and I would really love it if you would hit subscribe and just be a part of this community. I want to teach you how to be a potato, and most importantly, I just want your personal brand to get the recognition that it deserves after all the hard work that you have put into building your brand. Like, come on, this is a no-brainer. So again, hit the subscribe button. Let's all build a great big community of potatoes, and let's get out there.